So one of the first things I want to do for the party ready for tomorrow is make this light higher up, because right now it sits quite low, so anyone within that space would knock their head, because essentially the table is getting put against that back wall for the food, so we've got a bit more space for people to actually stand and kind of move around. So I need to heighten this light. So I'm basically going to take 2 cable ties and hook like here up to there, so then nobody can bang their head on it basically. So that's my first job.
So as you can see, I'm trying to put up this light on my own, which was probably not a good idea in the end. I struggled a lot, like trying to get the cable tie through the hook that's on the actual light and then through the like chain link. I should have just waited and got Cora to help me or somebody else to help me, but you know, I'm stubborn, and so I tried multiple times to do it on my own. In the end, I found it was easier to rest the light on like my shoulder while I used both hands to kind of configure everything together. It still wasn't high enough. I'll just say that now. I have cousins that are fairly tall, like in the 6 foot kind of tall. And yeah, so this was still not tall enough to like high enough off the kind of wherever it was. I don't think it helps that me and Cora are so short.
So we've done the shopping for the party, and this is kind of the like store cupboard sort of stuff. I'll show you what we've got for the fridge and then drinks. So most importantly, cocoa melon cake. Oliver is obsessed with cocoa melon. So yes, that had to be done. Had to have a cocoa melon cake. So that's his cake for the day. We picked up some jars because we're going to use these anyway, but we're going to put sweets in these. We've got onion rings, cheese balls, popcorn, sweet and salty. I'll go through decorations in a minute. I'll just go through food first. So that's some of the crisp stuff. We've got 12 tray of iced fairy cakes. These were 99p each, and we've got 2 packs. We are going to put our own icing on top, I think, just because that's what we know the kids eat. They just eat the icing off top. We've got these 3 packs of like fruit juices. So there's apple and blackcurrant, and then orange. We've got these mainly because we don't want spills on the carpet, and they were just easy, so each kid can just take one, and that's that. We've got some crackers. It's a double pack of crackers, but we won't need all those. These were left over from a little birthday tea we had last night for Oliver's birthday at my mum's, so we've got those to go out. The icing for the cakes, sprinkles, rawsome sprinkles, not just any old sprinkles, but sprinkles. We've got a box of Heroes, a box of sweet treats, and then quality streets at the bottom. We've got 2 lots of 12 bread roll cake things for sandwiches. We've got eggs because we're going to do egg mayo filling, and some boiled eggs just to snack on. We've borrowed a coffee maker from Cora's parents, so we've got all the different coffees there and stuff. Cable ties, not important. They're not important. Sugar, because we're out, and if people want sugar in the tea, then we didn't have any. We've got some jelly. I don't know if I'll bother putting any of this together. I'll see how things look tomorrow morning maybe, or tonight. We found these for 35p in Tesco, and they're little like fruit winders kind of thing. So we've just got 2 packs of those, and there's 3 packs in each, and they've got 2 in each thing. So yeah, we've got those. They're really nice. They'll be a nice little snack. And then I'll show you what we've got for the fridge. So that whole fridge tidying I did the other day has completely gone out of the window, because this is what we've got. So we've got a cheese board. This was £4 from Tesco, and you get a lot in there for £4, so we were really impressed with that. we kind of specially went to Tesco for it. But we had some other things to do while we were there, so you know, it kind of went hand in hand. So yeah, £4 for the cheese board. We've got some carrots to make carrot battens. These were, I think, 25p per bag from Asda. We've got a cucumber for cucumber sticks. We found these little pots reduced. These were just for Sainsbury's, but we like the pots, so yeah, that's those. 2 garlic breads. I think they were around like 30 to 40p from Asda. In the fresh section, you can't find them in frozen, but in fresh you can find them. A bag of grated cheddar, £2.50 for that. That's for sandwiches. We're going to do cheese sandwiches, egg mayo sandwiches and ham. We got these little yoghurt things, you know, just so then there's something other than sweet stuff for the kids. So you've got 2 strawberry, 2 apricot and then 2 raspberry. So we've got 12 of those in total. So they thought they would be a nice little treat. Cheese and onion quiche, some pork pies, coleslaw, hummus. We've got some spreadable butter for the sandwiches, and then we've got some wafer thin cooked ham for the sandwiches too. So that's all that. And then we did get, if I can find them, we got a bag of sausage rolls from the freezer. Trying to make sure everything stays on the same shelf so it's easy for us to put out tomorrow. And then we're gonna empty like this bottom half of the fridge and put drinks there. So like drinks will be on this shelf and maybe even this shelf. And then people, when they come, we can be like, oh yeah, drinks are on the bottom 2 shelves, help yourselves. Just because I know there's some adults that won't drink tea or coffee, so yeah. So then we got, in the freezer, we got a couple of pizzas. Not in there. So yeah, we've got 2 cheese and tomato pizzas. And we've got a bag of, let's see if I can find them. Oh yeah, cocktail sausage rolls there, just to put out. Oh, and we've got pepperoni. So yeah, 1 pepperoni, 1 cheese, cocktail sausages, sausage rolls. Just because it's kind of over lunchtime-ish, so we thought it'd be better to put something a bit hotter out, a bit more filling, and nicer for the kids and not just sweet stuff. And then these are the drinks Cora's literally just picked up this morning. So 12 diet lemonades, 12 orange zeros, and then tropical blasts. So these are all Aldi's. They work out way cheaper than anything. And the tropical blast is so nice. It's actually a bit like Lilt, but maybe better. I don't know. It's really nice though. So yeah, we've got those. They're going to go in the fridge along with some Diet Cokes that we've already got. And then they've got the little drinks for the kids.
So as you can see, I'm just kind of clearing out the fridge, leftover salad in that bowl with the tea towel over from lunch. So I was hoping that I'd use the rest of it before the party day, but it just wasn't going to happen. So I tried to pull everything out, make it look tidy, because there's nothing worse than people looking in your fridge and thinking, oh, that's what you keep in there, or that's not very clean. So I don't think anyone was really going to say that, but you know, when you just think that yourself, because you know you're the most critical of yourself. So I started by putting in Diet Coke the most first, and then you know I followed on with the orange and the Tango Blast and the lemonade. So yeah, we did actually have a lot of this left over afterwards. We literally still finishing some of the drinks like the orange and the lemonade, especially because we don't drink a lot of those ones. The Tango Blast we usually buy ourselves anyway, and the Diet Coke, but the lemonade and orange are something we don't get often or we've not got before. And I decided to try and clean. So this was all the day before the pie. So I was trying to clean up everything, like give it a really good deep clean. So then in the morning I only had to do surface clean, because I was worrying about how long things might take me in the morning. I didn't want to spend all the morning trying to get things together. Kind of wanted to spend some time with Oliver on his actual birthday, because the party was on his actual birthday. because, you know, that's not, you know, stressful or anything like that. Thankfully, like, we weren't doing anything major for it, just the party, so at least, you know, in terms of us and gifts and things like that, everything was on his birthday, and it was kind of nice. He got to see some people and spend some time with some new people and see some old favourites and have some friends around, which was really nice. So I was trying to do as much prep as well in terms of food. I was like looking through the fridge, what could I make and get ready today that would keep until tomorrow and everything like that. So we got these bags of carrots, and they're like, you know, like the wonky carrots or whatever they call them. And they were only like 30p, I think, for a bag. So, but they needed a good scrub before I served them up to the guests. But that was fine because my handy little scrub daddy was perfect use for this. So yeah, we didn't have any other plans. Like, we didn't have any major, like, we've got you a massive gift and big palaver type of thing for him. So also these carrots were like obviously odd size, so I was trying to make them lengthy enough battens, but then I don't know if I just cut them too small. It was all a bit random and odd, but yeah, I got there in the end. I don't think many of these went. I think people used some for the dips, but we still had quite a few left over, but that was fine because they weren't expensive and they just kind of got recycled into other meals, or eventually they were put in the bin. We were going away like 2 days after this birthday party, so we was like, we want as little waste as possible, but then at the last minute loads of people told us they were coming, and then loads of people didn't come either, so it all got a bit confusing. So yeah, you can just see I'm wrapping things in foil just to put it in the fridge so then it keeps until the day after. So as you can see, I'm just tidying up the playroom because I knew that this was probably going to be like the main room that was used other than the kitchen when the party starts. So I decided to go in there the day before while Oliver was at my mum's, actually, because it wasn't a nursery day, so it was at my mum's for a few hours while we kind of got loads of bits and pieces done. So yeah, I just decided to tidy it up, kind of put everything back in its tubs, make it look pretty, nice, you know, acceptable for guests, I don't know. So I give it a deep clean, just made sure there was nothing on the floor that would hurt anyone, Oliver included, anything to choke on, which there's nothing there anyway, because obviously anyone else is Oliver's age, so anyone smaller is not coming, basically. So anything that was going to be a problem wasn't a problem because obviously we cater to Oliver. So I took a few things out as well. He had like a little wooden rocking horse that I took out just because space was going to be an issue. So I was trying to minimise how much stuff there would be in there, so then people can fit in there instead of the stuff. So yeah, I took up the rug thing, then play mat. I will link that in the description because it's a really good mat. It's a totter and tumble. I realise I've gone and put the beanbag right in front of the camera. What a rookie mistake. But yeah, so the play mat is a really good one. It's totter and tumble. You can find it at John Lewis. And it's double-sided, so you can flip it over. Super easy to clean, super easy to just use. It's wonderful. It's like a padded one, so then it's really nice because when Oliver was really learning to like crawl and stand up, we liked it in there because then he had that mat to just fall back on, which was great. So yeah, I'm just cleaning up the floor. This mop, I'm so glad I've got rid of it now. So I've traded this mop out for the Bissell Crosswave, because this mop started leaking like rusty kind of water. You've seen me clean it a little because when I was cleaning and I was pushing, there was like rusty bits of water coming out. So I was like, well, that's no good because it's making my floor dirty, not clean. So yeah, I got rid of that. That was a bit of a nuisance for the day because that's what I was using to clean all the floors. So unfortunately I've had to say goodbye to the I think it's the Veleda brand. Veleda, I don't know how you say it. Just spray mop, but yeah, I've got rid of that now because it was just dying on me. It wasn't great on the floors because the floors are grooves anyway, so it didn't really pick up much dirt and do anything. It kind of just like glided over everything, which wasn't helpful. So yeah, that's why we've upgraded massively.
So these are pretty much the decorations we've got for the house for Oliver's party. So we are going dinosaur themed. We've got a couple of balloons here which my mum bought Oliver. So a number 1 and then a cocoa melon balloon. And then in there's a giant dinosaur balloon. I'll show you once he's out of the bag. But yeah, so we're going to have those out for him. And then we've got these decorations. So we've got party plates, a 10-pack of dinosaurs, another 2 packs there. These are from Home Bargains. I think all of these were from Home Bargains. They had quite a lot actually. So there's the plates. We've got 2 packs of napkins. There's 20 in each. The plates I think were like $1.29 each, and I think the same for the napkins. We've got this 3-tier cake stand. It looks like this. I'm very excited to use it. So yeah, we've got the cake stand there. We've got some little cake toppers for the buns, which I thought the kids would like. They might have been like 99 pence. These my mum got, and we used one last night. So we've got those for his cake. We got some thank you cards to send out to people to say thank you for his gift. So they're obviously not a decoration, but they're dinosaur themed. We've got some dinosaur balloons, and these are from Asda, and you get 10. So that was good. These were left over from my mum's little party last night. These were from Card Factory. She actually got them last year. I think maybe before he was even born. I don't know. For some reason we got obsessed with dinosaurs and then it's just stuck. So yeah, we've got lots of plates. We have 2 lots of dino bunting. So this is how it's going to look. So we're thinking of putting one here and then one maybe at the living room or at the front of the house somewhere. So yeah, to be confirmed, but definitely one here. And then maybe, then we've got the balloon arch. So maybe the balloon arch would go here. Yeah, I don't know. 54 balloons. Oh my god, that's going to take me forever. Oh, it multiple pump, but sugar dumplings. That's going to take me a long time. So yes, the balloon arch, and then we've got to wait for the balloons for if we use these or anything else. So yeah, that's as decorations. We're going to leave this tablecloth as it is, just to clean. We've got 2, so we're going to put an actual clean one on. Don't shame me. So yeah, there's the decorations. That's what we're doing. So yeah, bunting. I don't know. Might go somewhere else now if the balloon arch goes there. Do you think there? I think that's going to be the best place to put it, because otherwise it might be a bit much. And with the weather outside, it might rain on it. I'd rather have it inside. Yeah, it's probably going to go there because that's the best place I can think of putting it. Right, so now I'm going to prep the sandwiches and get all that together, because then at least the food can be kind of pretty much done. And then I can focus on cleaning the rest of the house. Well, downstairs at the very least. And then I can I'm not going to set the table up till tomorrow, just because obviously we still want to have dinner tonight. Unless we're just eating in the living room, but Oliver's there, so we'll see. But yeah, I think maybe it'll be something I have to try and get done right now. So let's do that.
So I decided to do more prep for the party. So anything that could keep until tomorrow. So anything that was like already in a wrapper, it was like a food cupboard kind of thing. Obviously the sweets, they're not going to go off by the next day. So I was trying to do as much as I could. And Cora was off doing other party prep. Like, it literally took both of us just like running around getting stuff done. So yeah, I was trying to get all the sweets in the jars. We did have a box of Heroes too, but we kind of already started eating on those. Don't shame us, it's a stressful time. So we'd already started on the Heroes, but we just kind of put those to a side and offered them if anybody was looking for anything else. We had these 2 baskets at Cora's parents' house and they weren't using them, and they're beautiful baskets from IKEA. They were like £10 each, I think, these baskets. So we were like, right, if you're not using them, we're going to borrow those and put us little drinks in there for the kids, because then at least they're easy to grab hold of. This is the coffee maker. Don't ask me what I'm supposed to do with this thing, because every time I made somebody a coffee, I made it wrong because I didn't realise you had to use 2 pods, one for the coffee and one for the milk. I just thought it was all in that one pod, which doesn't make sense. Surely you put everything you need in the one pod, right? If anyone else has got a coffee maker and had this kind of issue, my auntie did say she had the same one and she got rid of it because that for the exact reason. So now I'm just doing the plates, putting the napkins kind of with the plate, so you get a napkin plate kind of thing. We didn't have loads of these left over, to be honest. I thought we were going to run out completely, but thankfully people like snacked instead of had a full plate, kind of thing. So, and then obviously it's kids, but they use one plate and then they go leave it somewhere and then they need another plate, and then you're like, oh, you had a plate. But yeah, either way, it all worked out. It was fine. People loved the theming. Oliver knew no different, but that's fine for us. He had a good time. So yeah, I'm just trying to get all the like small stuff done that would make a big difference. Trying to move everything out of the way, everything tidied. Just a whole load of stuff. I don't know where I've gone. I've disappeared, and for some reason, there I am. This is because me and Cora decided to discuss something. Balloons. We were trying to work out where to put the balloons. Cora was in charge of balloons. She got really carried away when we bought them. So she was like, we're going to have one of these inflatables from Mum's, and then we're going to have this dinosaur one. And she was like, we'll get this, and we'll get the balloon arch, and we'll get this. And I was like, so we ended up with like 1 million balloons. So she was in charge of balloon putting up for a while. Thankfully, we did get the excuse me. Thankfully, we did buy the pump, because if not, trying to blow all those balloons up by ourselves under our own steam, we would have died. Like literally passed out. It was ridiculous. There were so many balloons, but honestly, we only ended up we must have had like 20-ish balloons, and we ended up with 2 at the end of the day because they just kept popping, or kids took them home. So we really didn't mind in that sense. That worked out really well for us. Cora was really excited to do something on the chalkboard, because we like to put welcome notes on there for people that are coming round, just special little things on there. I wanted to do one ready for Christmas, but honestly, just too much time has passed and it's just not worth it now. So yeah, Oliver was in charge. Cora was in charge of putting a little sign up for Oliver's birthday. She really wanted to do that, so she did that. She did a really good job, because if it were me, it would have been lopsided. It had gone up, diagonal instead of flat. So yeah, she did a fantastic job with that. She used all the different colour chalks. I would have just ended up using white and making it really boring. So yeah, that was fun. Also, loads of people really enjoyed it. The kids really enjoyed the chalkboard, but eventually we had to take the chalk off them because it either broke or somebody tried eating it. And once it tries going in somebody's mouth, then you've just got to say, nope, that's not worth it. We were also terrified of people drawing on the walls. I say people, children, because obviously children don't understand. So yeah, we were terrified of people drawing on the walls with the chalk. And Oliver's room, in terms of decoration, has been done. We don't want it to change. So, and we really don't want to have to paint. Who really wants to have to repaint a whole entire room or a wall because somebody's been a little bit unfavourable? So the prep of the party, this was all the day before. And it was just... We did the food shopping. We were going to do the food shopping on the actual day, like this day where we're filming. but we ended up doing it the night before just so then the next day we could literally just get going, which was a really good idea in the end, because then it meant that we could both just get on with doing the actual prep instead of going out and buying the food, trying to find what we needed to find. The cheese board was the hardest part because we didn't want to pay a ridiculous price for it, and Cora had seen one for, I think, £4. £4 she'd seen it at Tesco. So we went to Tesco. We also got him a little snowsuit from Tesco's. Though we got him 12 to 18 months and he's already gonna grow out of it. So it's more like, I don't want to say it's his legs, but I think it is his legs. They're not long, but they're definitely chunky. Chunky is the word. I can say that about my own child. So yes, he's got chunky little legs, so his snowsuit is already kind of not fitting him. So yeah, this is Cora's little dinosaur that she's creating, which I loved. I thought it was so cute. Obviously we've just assumed Oliver likes dinosaurs. He's 1 year old. He does not know. He does not understand. So the only thing we know he likes is Cocomelon and food. So this is the balloon arch thing. Oh my gosh, it took me what felt like hours. I don't think it did take me more than 2, but it felt like a long time. And it was quite fiddly trying to get it together. So I was thankful that it was like this tape that had holes in it that you just pushed through the end of the balloon, like the knotted part. But for some reason, the balloon just kept popping back out. And then some deflated overnight, which was like, ugh. I gave up because I thought, well, I can take it down and try again. And then I'm like, nope, it's enough. Enough is good enough. In my eyes, it was still there. Nothing. It didn't look terrible. Not all of them had deflated, but yeah, this was a long process because you have to try and make some large and some small and try and like arrange them all together. My favourite balloon was the one with the like sequin sparkly things in. They were fun. They were a nice touch on that balloon arch. We actually bought it, I think, in Home Bargains, that one. Yeah, Home Bargains we found that balloon arch. So there was, 5 colours altogether? Red, orange, yellow, green and blue. Along with the sparkly balloons. And you got like so many big balloons and then so many small balloons. So some of them were actually made to be small. I don't know. I figured it out. We made it work. Some of them deflated, like I said, but it looked okay, I think. We sat it above our double doors at the back, so it was next to the table for the party food. And people seem to like it. I don't know. Do adults really care in that sense? But yes, I was so tired. My arm must have got so much work out doing all the pumping of the balloons. So yeah, you can see I'm trying to like just figure it out in a sense of like big balloon, small balloon, just so then it looks full but not awkward. I think I was trying not to make it so that it just all bunched and it still looked like I could put it in a line. So that was the hardest part, just to try and make sure that I'd not done anything too big, so then it kind of overshadowed the rest of the balloon arch. So yeah, but I ended up just putting it, when I hung it up, I just used some crochet yarn that I had upstairs, just to tie it up, because I didn't want to use sellotape and pop anything or stick it to the wallpaper, in case it ripped the wallpaper. So yeah, I ended up just using it and I tied it around the blind. So that worked out. Obviously we had a cupcake stand. It was a volcano. So that was cool, and it had dinosaurs on it. B&M was the best place for dinosaur stuff, honestly, just because it was, they had kind of everything, like the cupcake stand, the plates and cups, napkins, even balloons with dinosaurs on. So we found Home Bargains the best place to go. So yeah, this was a little stand. it was really easy to put together actually. And it didn't feel very flimsy either, so that was good. I really enjoyed that. It was really simple. I like simple and easy. That makes life easier for me. We did get this self-inflating, well, you have to blow it up, number one balloon. It ended up just kind of roaming the house because, oh no, we put it outside. I started off with it inside and then we put it outside so people knew that we were the house for the party. You know, little boy's turning 1. There we go. Yeah. But otherwise, it was a nice balloon. This was the bane of my existence. So as much as I hated the balloon arch, which I really did, I went to put this sign up and then realised nothing was attached. You had to thread it yourself. If you do buy one of these, make sure you've got a needle. Even just like a thick, big needle, you know, like you'd use for crochet or knitting, because I found it so much easier to thread through and quickly because obviously I had the needle to go through the holes. Whereas if you're trying to do it with ribbon, the ribbon ends up fraying. It takes you triple the time it would have done otherwise. So we had 2 of those signs as well. I did both of them as well, foolishly. I should have just done one, but there we go. So this is in the evening. Oliver's already at home, gone to bed, everything else. And so I decided to think about getting the table set up. So I moved it to the back wall. I left the vacuum where it was because he didn't need to move. There was no need. I put this towel underneath just because our table's quite sensitive to oil spills and liquid spills and stuff. For some reason it stains really easy, so I put the towel underneath just to give it an extra bit of padding because I thought there's bound to be somebody that's going to spill something, usually one of the children. So yeah, I put that underneath just to give it a bit of extra security in the sense of soaking up any spills. And then I just started pulling things out that I'd kind of prepped earlier in the day, like the plates, the drinks, what else did I do? The sweets, yeah. And then obviously I put the cake on the table, the cake stand ready for the buns, all things like that. I was just kind of figuring everything out, laying it out on the table. I was absolutely exhausted by this point, but I knew that if I didn't do it tonight, in the night, I was just going to be so tired and not want to do it in the morning. I also wanted to make myself look nice in the morning. I wanted to take my time getting dressed and kind of like doing makeup and stuff like that. So, and we had a couple of people coming earlier than the party started, just so then they got, just because of transport reasons, they had to get trains home and stuff, so they came earlier. So we wanted to be prepped beforehand as early as possible. So yeah, so just kind of set out bowls and plates where things would go as well, like the cooked pizzas and the sausage rolls and stuff from the fridge, just because obviously I wasn't going to put it out that night, but just so then I knew what I needed to maybe move off the table or rearrange ready for those kind of things. So this is the next day. Woke up wonderfully refreshed, everything else, got ourselves kind of ready, and then I thought I'd get straight onto the sandwiches. Thankfully they didn't take long, just because I'd already kind of prepped the eggs for the egg mayo. So yeah, everything kind of went quite quick in the sense of the morning. I ended up feeling like I had quite a bit of time. So that was nice because it meant I could actually spend it with Oliver instead of running around trying to do things. So yeah, the sandwiches were really easy to put together, a success. We didn't really have many left over. So I've cut them into halves just because obviously children don't want a full thing. And they're just a bit easier to go further, I think. Yeah. Because if not, I only did 6 or 7 of each flavour, like cheese, ham and egg mayo. So cutting them into half, then you got 12 instead of 6. So yeah, everything kind of came together quite easily. The sandwiches didn't take me long, and The hardest part was I used grated cheese. That was a bad error. That was Mum could have done better kind of thing there. Next time I would probably just be cheap and get cheap cheese slices, or even like the more expensive ones, because they made so much mess everywhere. Like the cheese just kept falling out. And I was trying to like press them a little to keep them like a bit more like combined, but nope, no, the grated cheese just wanted to go everywhere. So next time I would probably try and use slices. So if you're watching this and you're wanting to prep a pie, just use slices. This is the birthday sign. Oof, that took some time to get together. And it didn't even look that great, I don't think. This is the balloon arch. It was okay. It didn't look that fulfilled the next day, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, I just kind of put all the things out. I probably should have moved the drinks to the front so the kids could get them, or put them on the floor, but yeah, they asked for them, so that's fine. The sweets went down a tree. We had practically none of those left. I will say we didn't do party bags because that's just hard work. There's a lot to do there, and nobody wanted them. Nobody needs a party bag. There was more than enough like food and stuff for them to have. They got cake, they got sweets, they got drinks. They didn't need to take home any. But yeah, the cake pretty much went, all of it, by the end of the day, which was good because cake is always the thing I think is left over. And it's the thing people look forward to the most. But yeah, so the cake was good. It was a nice cake. It was from Asda, I'll say. It was an Asda cake, so if you're looking for a cocoa melon cake, go to Asda, because it was a nice cake and it wasn't terribly priced either. I think it was £14. So yeah, I'm just putting things into bowls because this is obviously like an hour away from the party starting. I didn't need to put the pizzas in yet or anything, but here it is. This is our little setup so far. Yeah. Oh, these are the buns. So I tried to ice over the existing icing and made them into like nests, the dinosaur egg nests. I don't know if they looked any good. I didn't eat any. They're not for me. Nobody really did. Not even the kids. But there you go.